try this again. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer, and you are listening the second time tonight to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty. Sometimes I don't even know what the hell I'm doing anymore. Um, I am so sorry for that technical difficulty. I hope you know, or stay tuned. And we are going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. What happened was the camera had messed up on my lovely laptop, and I had to reboot everything. And that happens when you're dealing with some stuff. And I'm going to go with it. I'm glad you guys are here. We are going to give it a world try again here. So let me get situated once again for to get some to get on social media. Now I'm behind the eight ball. It happens. It happens. So let's just go. Okay. Thank you. Steele, thanks for tuning in. Nathan, Chris Elliott, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. Benjamin, thank you for tuning in. Sorry I'm a little late. The first time I lost, I don't know what happened. We're just going to go with it, and we're going to move on. So, guys, as of today, the Steelers are having rumors are, I know this is exclusive. Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Craig and Patton. I know this is exclusive because yes. Yeah. Well, this is a way where I have technical difficulty twice today. So hey, thanks you guys for showing up, and thanks for staying around and letting me get back on. And sometimes this happens. Sometimes I'll be honest with you, I lost all track of time and I got on and my laptop did not boot it right and I lost the picture, so I had to redo everything. But anyway, I think I said that twice already. It's already a fucked up day. So rumors are that the Steelers are having conversations with Chicago Bears about trading for their ninth pick. So if this trade does happen, moving 17 to 9th, it would cost the 17th pick in the first round, and another value selection most likely would probably be the 32nd pick that they actually had when they traded Claypool to the Bears, and they got the Bears 32nd pick. I don't know if that'll happen, but that's rumors and speculation. Also, they had ESPN Mel's Kiper in his latest mock draft. I don't know where. I mean, he's been doing this for many years, so he makes a lot more money than I will, as we'll hear later on about my lovely mock draft. So he took the Steelers to take Boston College receiver Zay Flowers as a slot receiver in the first round. I don't know. I think it's his fifth time taking these mock drafts. And Steele says too, 17th. Oh, wait, 17th and 42nd instead of the 32nd. I don't know. And I think I don't know who unless it's I don't know who they're gonna trade up for. I don't know who is on the board for them guys to go. I hope it's not Joey Porter Jr. But I don't know because, like I said on the first time I tried this tonight, that we are less than approximately 14 days for the NFL draft. So maybe that's a lot of rumors and speculation that has been going on. So hey, Chris, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty. That's right, Chris. Chris said he heard that they're trading up with the Bears. I heard that too. But I don't know who they're going to get if they get that Carter from Georgia. There's been speculation about that too, but I do not know. So there you have it. As of today, Wednesday, there has been speculation. Benjamin, I wouldn't trade up for him. Still said it would be a tackle or that defensive line, that Carter from Georgia. Wyatt, thanks for tuning in. I see them taking a high draft pick cornerback. I don't know, Chris. That's why we got a couple more weeks before. I remember the last time they drafted up, they got Devin Bush, and they're also, I've read where would they take and trade Tampa Bay for the other linebacker White that they could have had, but who was taken before I believe they drafted. I think he has like $11 million on his contract. I don't know if Pittsburgh had actually picked that up. I can't see that happening either. So, but also too, one of the Steelers that departed from Pittsburgh was offensive lineman, backup center J.C. Hassenauer, who started 7 games over the past 3 seasons for the Steelers. He agreed to terms with the New York Giants. Too big of a cap hit for White. Yeah, I don't think we can afford it, Steele. And he's only 25, so he'd probably be we just got the wrong linebacker in that draft. But also, Mason Rudolph, Derek Watts, and Miles Boykin are still not signed. If they decide to sign them, they are still free agents. But I don't see Mason Rudolph. I don't see Derek Watt or Mason Rudolph getting signed by the Steelers. But honestly, what do I know? Cowboy, thanks for tuning in. Watt says, "You're welcome, Bubba. I hope we get Porter." I don't know. I know we need a cornerback. I've heard some stuff about him. I don't know. I'm a little leery on drafting a cornerback that high because we never get anybody that good. We're not real good at corners. But what do I know? I just do the show. I got 3 weeks to decide. So, like I said, Miles Boykin, out of those 3 I said, probably be the most likely one they do sign due to him being great on special teams. And our receiving core is not as strong. And I think I'm going to talk about that next week on the receiving core because actually, the Steelers actually signed, because right now, the defensive line consists of 9 players right now. So if they go into, hey Shane, thanks for tuning in to a crazy episode already with some technical difficulties. This is my second time jumping on. Shane says a receiver. If they draft the defensive line number 1 pick, they will have 10 linemen. They will have 10 linemen at camp. But if they're going to do a defensive lineman, if that Carter from Georgia is supposed to be around, I know he had a bad pro day. He came in out of shape, but also too, he's got a lot of issues with the civil lawsuit he's having for racing and having those people get killed. So, but I guess he is such a one-time player that could change a whole organization. He's one of those players through the Steelers draft up, take him in the 9th with Chicago and turn the defense into better than where they were at the last couple of years. So Wyatt says we need an offensive lineman and a cornerback. That's all I know we need. Yeah, we need that too. And I think we need maybe if we can get a good slot receiver in the draft in the later rounds. I wouldn't draft a receiver in the first round like Mel Kiper has said in his mock draft. But like I said, the defensive line now consists of 9 players right now on the D line. You got Cam Hayward, you got Larry Obajobi, you got nose tackle Martavius Adams, you got DeMarvin Lear, the rookie from last year. You got Isaiah Loudermilk, who could need to play his game a little better, or he could be riding the pine. Jonathan Marshall, number 7, Rerell Wen. And they recently signed, as of last week, Braden Fahico. Now this week, Benjamin says Addison, receiver Addison. I don't think they're going to draft him in the first round, Benjamin. But I could be wrong. I don't know. They signed this week Ahmed Watts, No relation to TJ Watts. Some people might say that, but it's got an S on the end. But also, too, his agent is David Carter. Hey, Rich Smoke, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty. Tonight is technical difficulty night. That's the where everything happens. Murphy's Law, where everything does happen, happens. You know what I mean? So the agent David Cantor is the same agent for the two players that the Steelers signed recently, safety Kanu Neal and defensive tackle, who I just said, Braden Fecko. They all got signed by the Steelers. So this Mr. Watts agent, this guy has 3 Steelers that he just got signed, and he's an agent to the Pittsburgh Steelers in less than 1 week. So I maybe they must know something that I don't. And I really don't know much today. Today's been a fuck up kind of day. I'll be honest with you. After 4:00, I don't know what the hell happened, but it happens, people. Things happen, and it's just the way it goes. Now, Mr. Watts was drafted in the 6th round in 2019 by the Minnesota Vikings. Now, here's what the thing I have seen, like on the Brian McFadden, Patrick Peterson podcast. At that time when he was playing for Minnesota, he was a starter, I believe, and they waived him. So the Steelers might got something good in their defensive line picking him up. So he got waived and he went to the Chicago Bears. And like I said, Peterson could not believe on his podcast that they did cut him because they were teammates on that Minnesota's defense. He appeared in 17 games with 12 starts last year. He had 35 tackles, 4 losses, and 1 sack for the Chicago Bears. Steelers picked him up this week. Ahmed Watts, defensive lineman, gives the Steelers 9 right now, then with going into the draft. Wyatt says Broderick Jones or the Buckeyes right tackle, not Paris Johnson, the Steelers will take in the 1st round. This is the Green and Black Dynasty podcast, right? You know what, Rich? It's going to be the Black and Blue fucking podcast because I keep effing up and running technical difficulty and my screen keeps freezing up. It's going to be crazy. But now I know I've talked about this, and I've never ever done an NFL mock draft. Now I seen sports writers and like I said before, Mel Kiper has did 4 or 5 this year, and his latest one he has a receiver for the Steelers. I'm going to make a spinoff. Technical issues happen. No way around it. Yeah. Well, I do have good. I have good internet. It happens. I got nothing. The green. Yeah, I got nothing, brother. But I try. But I don't know if you guys ever. This is my first. I know Steele sent me his mock draft. Now I got on the computer last week. I only did this one time, so I did it through the whole thing. And I did it at a regular pace. You could do fast, medium, or slow. I'm going to be honest with you. I did slow because look at me. Brian, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty's crazy 4077 MASH episode where everything happens wrong, does go wrong. So now my first round pick, which will be the 17th pick in the 1st round, I took offensive tackle from Northwestern, Peter Sanuski. That was my pick, and he was. You're right. I know, Craig. I know things do happen. That was the best available guy I had when they had that mock draft because they had all the players on the side. So that's what I went with. I knew he was probably the 1 or 2 top tackle in the draft. Hey, Steve, thank you for tuning in. Dominic Cantanzarini, thank you for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty. Wyatt says Mel Kiper is stupid and he messes every player's stock and sucks for the draft status. Yeah, well, Mel Kiper, it makes a living out of making fuck ups. I wish I could do that, making money, but that was my first round pick. So we got the offensive lineman that the Steelers needed in my first mock draft. Okay, I will, brother. Thanks for tuning in, Steve. Thank you so much. You got a show to do, brother. My second round pick. Those of us that showed up later witnessed no technical. Thank you. I had to reboot it. That's why. My second round pick, 32nd pick in the second round. I went. Wyatt says he loves that Peter pick. Thank you. I took because I wanted him, and I didn't think he was going to be around in the third round because there had been mock drafts that the Steelers pick him in the third pick, but I took him in the second. I know we needed a nose tackle, and with the defensive nose tackle from Baylor, Sika Aika, the big Samoan, I took him as my second round, 32nd pick. So right now, as we're going, if you guys are keeping score, I got an offensive tackle and I got a nose tackle. Okay, second round in the 54th pick. Hold on, Steve. Remembering people, you're live with the triple. Remember to hit them up. Oh, thank you. Remember, people, you're live with the Triple B Show. Remember to hit them and like and share this out. Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a little engine and could. Cowboy said that's a solid second round pick. Yeah, I know he was on some third in mock drafts on the third round, and I couldn't pass him up because he was there, Cowboy. And I was like, no, I can't fuck him up. I got to take him in this mock draft. So now we're on the second round, 54th pick. And I picked the third pick in my mock draft. First time ever I did this. First time ever. I swear to God, as God is my witness. Linebacker out of Iowa, Jack Campbell. 3 picks. An offensive tackle, a nose tackle, and an inside linebacker. Thumbs up. I think I'm doing okay right now. Okay, the third round pick, 80th. Cornerback out of Kansas State, Julius Bretz. I don't know much about him, but I was going off to see how tall he was. I think he was 6 foot, I believe, over 6 foot. Wyatt says Jack Campbell is a stud. Well, that means on the third round pick, he's a Steeler if it works out this way. And we do need an inside linebacker. So, quarterback out of Kansas State, Julius Brents. Now, I was going with the best available quarterbacks at the time. I looked to see how I actually looked to see how tall they were because I'll be honest with you guys, I don't want a smaller cornerback who's 5'10", even though they might be able to jump 6'6" or whatever. I still wanted a corner over 6 foot to compete with the receivers in the AFC North. So that's what I was a little criteria on how I was trying to get cornerbacks. So we'll do it that way. Round 4, 120th pick, receiver out of Ole Miss, Jordan Mingo. Bang, right there is our slot receiver. Mingo is over 6'2". He is probably the size of Juju, but maybe better than Juju. So I'll take that. And I also went with 135th pick because I made a trade. I made a trade with the Patriots. I took 135 pick in the 4th round. Jacorian Bennett, cornerback out of Maryland. Like I said, once again, I was getting. Hey, Beth Martin, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black Gold Dynasty Show. Tell rock and roll star Lee Martin I said hello. I went with, once again, the height of the corners and if they had a little bit of speed and a little bit of ball hawking ability. I'm not a scout by any means. I don't know a lot about college football players. So I just want to put that out there. This is my first mock draft ever. Okay. So round 6, I took an edge rusher from Louisville, Yaya Dabari, at pick 184. So I don't know. Josh Hauser, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. I don't know if how I would rank that draft mock. I would say I would give it probably a B minus. I'll go with a B minus. I got what the Steelers needed though. I got them in the first 4 picks. I got an offensive attack. Once again, I will go back through this once real quick for the people that just jumped on and to rehash my 2023. I'm only doing this one time. This is the one-time thing. 2023 mock draft for the Steelers. I've never done this before. I thought it was pretty cool, but I don't know a lot of college football players. My college football knowledge is not very good. But I took the best available people, and I watched some stuff of some other mock drafts, and I think I'm kind of happy. I don't know. Like I said, I'll go with a B. I'll go with a B minus. Like I said, my first round pick was Peter Sanuski, offensive tackle, Northwestern. Second round pick was Saika Aika, nose tackle from Baylor, who I actually wanted. And if he was in the third round, I would have took him, but I didn't think he was going to be in a drop to the third round, so that's why I took him in the second. The second round pick also in the 54th was Jack Campbell from inside linebacker from Iowa. He's a solid pick. So 80th, third round, 80th pick, Julius Bretz, cornerback from Kansas State. Fourth round pick, this is my slot receiver, Jonathan Mingo out of Ole Miss at 120th pick. And then I took another cornerback at the 135th pick, Jalorian Bennett, cornerback out of Maryland. And then round 6, I added that with the best possible athlete I could think of, and with the edge rusher, Yaya Dabari out of Louisville. So that is my first ever mock draft ever. So I hope I did okay. I know Steele gave me his the other day, and he did really, really good. Benjamin, good question. Good question on what? Anything I've done today, which has been a bad question, because it's been a roller coaster ride to get the show out due to some technical difficulty. But I appreciate you guys all tuning in. But yeah, that was my mock draft. And I know I don't really want to talk about the lovely well, it's not lovely. The situation happened to Dwayne Haskins. I think there's a civil lawsuit happening, and I don't know much about that stuff. So I wanted to little bit, and that's all I know. I don't know much about it, and it's a shame that the tragedy that had struck, and now it's a lawsuit, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of news about this situation. I don't have any stuff on it, but the only thing I do have is that he was getting blackmailed, and it's going to be in a civil suit. That's all I know, and I don't want to speculate anything like that. That's not what I'm about. It was a tragic accident that happened, and yeah. Wyatt, you're welcome for tuning in on the show. And that Haskins thing is crazy. Yes. Yes, thank you for jumping on, Wyatt. Yeah, it is crazy, and it's bad for the family. It was bad for the Steelers last year because I thought Dwayne was actually I don't think they would have did what they did. Well, they still got Kenny Pickett in the draft. Matt Dustin, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show, where we were just doing my mock draft, and also too, like I said, we got less than 3 weeks before the Steelers take their first round pick Thursday night when they do the Thursday night draft. I'm going to be on, or they're going to be on, or we're going to do something. We're going to do a mega cast with the Steelers Realm podcast on Brick. Oh, okay, gotcha. On with the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty will tag up with the Steelers Realm podcast to do like we did last year. We had a special mega cast for the draft, and we will get back to JT and the boys and myself, and we will get that on Thursday night. We will go live during the draft so you can get my expression on who the Steelers draft and feel the excitement and anticipation going live when we do that with the mega cast with Steelers Realm Cast. So, and if you haven't caught their show, please do. There are three guys that love Steeler football just as much as I do, and they talk Steeler football, the ins and outs, the X's and O's, and all the rumors and speculation of what's going down during the draft and the trades and who we sign. So check them out, Steelers Realm Podcast. So, yeah, Steele says, yes, not sure if they would draft Pickett if Haskins was still here. Yeah, I could agree with that because there's no way they would have all those quarterbacks going in camp. But that was out of tragedy. We've got Kenny Pickett, which now I believe is the future of the Steelers. We got to get him a tackle so he doesn't get blindsided. And since we signed a new offensive coach last week, this could be Matt Canada's replacement, and hopefully Matt Canada can come up with some offensive plays, and the Pittsburgh Steelers can actually score more. Would be great. And Benjamin says the Steelers are going to win the division. I hope so. I hope so, Benjamin. I know I don't pay any attention to any other teams in our division as of yet until we go head to head, and then I'll know more. And if Lamar Jackson signs or he doesn't sign, I really don't care. But I know Odell Beckham signed with the Ravens, so hopefully we can cover him. We shall see. We'll see Beckham twice this year, but I think we're going to be a running team. But hopefully Kenny Pickett, like I believe some people said, at 20. If Kenny Pickett gets over 20 touchdowns, I'll be happy. I'll be ecstatic. But also too, our receiving core has to be better than what it's been last year, and we got to get Pickens at least 10 to 12 touchdowns. And there's been speculation, like I said on the show, about Dante Johnson getting traded. I don't know. I don't think they'll trade him because our receiving core is not as strong as it's been prior years, and we're going to need Dante Johnson also on the roster, and hopefully Calvin Austin can come back. But the biggest thing with Dante Johnson with $18 million is hopefully he can score. He can get some touchdowns. Hey, Debbie, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty Show. How you doing? Who won't stay healthy? Steele. Who won't stay healthy? Dante? I don't know who you're talking about because I was throwing a whole bunch of names out there. So I don't know because I think we're going to be running the ball more. But like I said, I'd rather have Kenny Pickett. I'll be happy with Kenny Pickett getting 20 plus touchdowns. So I don't know who, because sometimes people okay, Beckham. He says OBJ. Okay. And Wyatt says OBJ or Lamar, I think. Yeah, hopefully both those guys are not healthy. I'll be happy with that. So, okay. Yeah, I'll go with that. But like I said, hopefully I appreciate all you guys for tuning into this roller coaster ride of a show tonight due to technical difficulty. I think I got through it the best I could. And I will bring, like I said, this is the first time ever I did a mock draft. We got less than three weeks. I don't think the Steelers are going to, but they could prove me wrong, though, since they signed a defensive tackle this week. I don't think they'll sign any more players. If they sign anybody before the draft, I believe it'll probably be receiver Miles Boykin because he's good on special teams. And also, definitely, I hope they sign a free agent kicker to give Harvin some competition because I think our punting is very, very weak. I read some articles about that too. So hopefully there's some great competition in training camp here. As soon as we get the draft, we're going to have the draft in 3 weeks. We'll do a mega cast. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in this evening to help me get through all my technical difficulties. Because I'll be honest with you, sometimes when I have technical difficulties, I get a little hot under the collar, and I try to be doing the good stuff. So, and then it gets me off my game, but I can't get off my game. I had to get back on the horse and ride to get this show out. Steele says, I heard they might bring Miles Jack back after the draft. They're probably going to have to, Steele, because they only have 3 linebackers, and if they have to draft somebody, but still they only have 4. And if they can get him for a couple million, because it would have been $8 million or $9 million, I see that as a good sign if they can get a good deal. So, yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it kind of shitty. Well, and also too, do we sign Bud Dupree? Something still he has not been signed anywhere. He came into Pittsburgh. I don't know. Maybe they're waiting to see what's going on. Drafts. Chris says draft is in 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah, 2 weeks, man. And then all this speculation that I've been doing this off season will be all done. It'll all be done by 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Thank God, because wow. And then it'll start. And once we do a draft, I'll have a new season. I won't have the high numbers into the 60s, and it'll be a season number 2. I'm going to do seasons from the draft the whole way to the end until they draft again. That'll be another season. Steele says, not sure if Dupree passed the physical. I did not hear one way or another, Steele. I figured it had to do with money and they had to see stuff, but you might be right. And maybe it's all about money too. Maybe they couldn't come up with some terms. But we only have Highsmith and we only have Watts. We don't have. I think we have 3 linebackers there. I think we have 5 linebackers total. You can't go into the season with just 5 linebackers. So, but anyway, I appreciate you guys, everybody, for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty Show. If you have not hit like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do. I'm trying to get 950. I do a lot of other stuff with pulp culture, and I do some interviews. And where the pulp culture, we talk about a whole bunch of stuff. What's on TV, movies, comic books, pro wrestling. We do all that stuff on Friday nights. Hopefully, you guys can jump on and give your questions, and I'll answer them like I am tonight on the Facebook social feed here and get it out to you. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in for this roller coaster of a ride tonight and the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty Show. We had a little bit of technical difficulty. I'm going to have to erase the other show because once you go live, it hits all the formats, and then I had to shut it down because I had a technical difficulty. So I have to go back and erase that one. But this is the show that's going out right now. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Next week, hopefully, I'll have some more Steeler talk. And I want to talk about the receivers that the Steelers have going into draft. And also, we'll talk about the offensive line that the Steelers have going into draft next week, because that'll give me some topics to talk about. And hopefully, if they sign somebody or they let anything go or any more Steeler news, you can hear it next Wednesday, hopefully live at 8 o'clock, I hope. But things do happen in the world. That's just the way it is. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And if you haven't hit like and subscribe, please do it to the Triple B Experience. And also listen to the show on Spotify. And it's on all social media outlets. Thank you, guys. Have a great night. And hold on. We will see with the good drafts. And we watch the combine. Well, we'll do what we got to do, Craig. Craig from Patton, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you so much. Have a great night. I'll see you guys Friday for the Triple B Experience. Have a great night, a better tomorrow. I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully I hit the right buttons. Hopefully my whole stuff don't blow up. But I appreciate you guys all tuning in, and I truly do. So thank you guys, and have a great night. And I'll see you guys Friday for the Triple B Experience. Catch all the interviews on the YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys next week for some Steeler talk on the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty Show. Thank you guys, and have a great night. Bye-bye. See ya.